With an estimated 250,000 additional people expected to visit Green Bay during the NFL draft next month, Airbnb hosts, especially around Lambeau Field, are poised to rake in big bucks. But the draft is a different beast than a Sunday football game, so most property owners have more questions than answers. That's why I connected with a couple Airbnb hosts to learn what's driving them to the NFL draft.
The process has been a little different for this situation.
Do you have the home rented for the draft then?
So no, we do not. So a Lambeau layover is still available.
Okay.
With fewer than 50 days to go until the draft,
We also know this is a rare opportunity.
Jim Sweeney is patiently waiting for someone to rent his house called Lambeau Layover.
We've focused still on the basics.
A Packers-themed home blocks away from Lambeau that Sweeney says has enough space and games to entertain football fans of all ages.
So you could put on here 1 point, 2 points, 3 points, whatever your game is all about, you basically are putting it down there, and then wherever the ball lands, that is what the results are.
Love it.
So, yes.
And after nearly doubling the usual rate for the draft,
And we feel that's a pretty good point to be at.
Sweeney says he's confident someone will still rent Lambeau Layover.
It's been a challenge, but I think we're at that point where we feel it's a good value.
Meanwhile, just steps from Lambeau Field, Pack Shack host Jim Elm says he had no issue renting his property.
So I think location for us is kind of the selling point.
Elm says one of his return guests reached out right away when news broke about Green Bay hosting the draft, even though he also increased the price.
It was kind of a win-win. People have said we rented too soon, not a high enough price tag, but we're pretty happy.
Elm says he stands by his decision to rent his property right away, but understands why hosts like Sweeney are holding out for last-minute travelers.
I think you're going to get that higher dollar number, but I also think that you may be rolling the dice.
But both men agree. No matter where guests are staying, the Green Bay community is happy to host.
Personally, I'm just looking forward to seeing that many people coming together for an event and having a good time.
You know, everybody's arms and doors and tailgates are wide open to everybody.
Even though the Green Bay community has never hosted an event of this size, both men tell me they're confident their neighborhoods are prepared to handle the influx of people.